Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Sunday Night Review here on NDB Media. I know it's not the ARC Review, it's not any of that, it is just now the Sunday Night Review because chances are we're going to be doing a lot of stuff on this Sunday. So, good evening. It is August 18th, 2024, and I want to thank Microsoft for deciding to do an update not 3 minutes before I went live. Thank you, Microsoft gods, and everyone else for doing that to me. But it is all good in the hood, so they say. You know who I am. I'm from ARC 47D, and the D stands for duh in my language. How you doing, 1701 duh?
I'm doing okay. I'm not D. I'm the original baby. So I'm
The
doing
original.
fine. I'm hanging in there. How are you doing, Liz? Or Art 54?
I'm doing fine. I can get rid of bugs flying around in the room.
Oh, if only. And Marcia, good evening. How you doing, young lady?
I'm doing great. I guess I have to think of a nickname, huh?
If you want to be an adult, go ahead. If you want to be a child, go ahead. It's up to you.
Yes, your nickname could be Marsha times 3.
Oh, Marcia 3.
Yeah.
Marcia.
Yeah.
That would be kind of funny, yeah. I did that to my daughter because her middle names are Michelle Monica. I would call her M squared. And all she could hear was, I'm not square. Like,
Oh, no.
oh, you're M squared. Oh, whatever. So that was very good, Richard. I do appreciate that. So how are you guys doing this week? And let's get some pleasantries out of the way. Marcia, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Football season is coming up. Baseball's half over. And yeah, I see the thumbs up. Yeah. And the ARC is cooking. So,
Are you going to join us on Sports Talk with the Guys for the Sunday while the weekly picks?
I always forget. And then sometimes I'll pop in. You'll see me pop in and say something. And but that looks like a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. All you gotta do is the rules are you gotta have your picks in before
the game.
Before game time, and you get one. Now the rule may change, but you get one a week where you can miss basically, and that's it.
So you get to miss. It's a lot of games to miss, but yeah, you do.
Actually, you could miss an entire week. Well, half a week. Oh no, a week of games. Yeah,
you can miss a full week of games if you weren't doing a bye. And anyway, real quick, even if you can't be on the Sunday show, you'll see the picks in the Facebook page where you can make your picks if you can't make it. So
on Sports Talk with the Guys.
Yeah, Sports Talk with the Guys Facebook page. That's correct. Thank you, Roger.
And since I didn't know that you were a full sports aficionado and thinking of joining us, I think we're going to have you join our Sports Talk Facebook group.
Ooh,
wow, I changed my life. But anyway, folks, we are here for the ARC. We're going to get to it.
True.
ARC 54. How you doing? Yes. What's going on?
I can see, actually. I have my eyes open for the first time in like 4 days.
So what, were you like a little kitty that had all little encrusted?
Oh, no. The sunlight really, really hurts my eyes and stuff every once in a while. And first we thought it was my allergies acting up, but we've come to the conclusion it's more when my MS flares up that I have incredible pain in my eyes when there's sunlight. So,
okay.
Squinting yesterday was hard.
I think that is very important. I'm glad you shared because that is personal, but it is very important for us to know who is we in this conversation.
I'm not even sure what I was talking about.
You said we have determined.
Oh, okay, my doctor and myself and others.
Oh, that's funny because if I get a diagnosis, I say he or she. I blame them. But that's all right. With you, it's a team effort. All right. Well, Richard, we haven't done the pleasantries. What's going on?
I'm fine. I enjoyed the interview earlier today with Stacy. That was awesome. And for full disclosure, I did not watch episode 5 until today. I wish I would have seen it before because that would have gave me more questions to ask Stacy about that episode.
Questions.
So What's that, Marcia?
Instead of my question.
Yeah, my question. No,
No, that was funny. It worked. Those were good questions.
But anyway, so, but like I said, but since I just watched it, I kind of remember what I watched, so I'll be able to follow along hopefully. And so I'm doing okay. So,
well,
but Roger, how are you doing then?
Hey, life's good in the hood, so they say. And sadly, there should be a hood in here, a car. So it's a garage. So that's as close as I'm going to be to the hood.
Well, you can always get a hoodie and hang it in the back.
Well, you never know. But there has been nothing in here for several months now. So that that entity or whatever has moved on. So
is it too early for the dog to bark?
As a matter of fact, I haven't heard that little rat thingamajig in a while now. Wow. Not that I am evil towards animals, but thank goodness it has become quiet.
Yeah, you say that. The second you said that, my dog started whimpering.
Yeah, well, I'll take the whimpering over the barking. But hey, it's all good in the hood. So they say, oh, there it is. Now I'm not going to be able to get away with it. Well, folks, we are here. I want to thank everyone. We already have a shout out from someone by the name of Elizabeth Olivia Cooper, Eoc or whatever. And we have several people watching us on YouTube. So we thank you. And don't forget, head on over to ndbmedia.net so you can check out everything that's going on live. And yes, we have a virus warning, apparently, because we have not done the certificate thingy. We're legitimate, folks. We're not planning any Trojan horses or anything, but we are going to be fixing that because since we haven't put the virus protection certificate, which, costs money, we just haven't done that yet. But no one has gotten a virus from us. Hell, could you imagine if they would have picked up some Comet water?
Oh, Lord?
Yes.
You're not Lord, honey. I hate to tell you that.
You know what? You know what, sweetness? I'm going to have to show everyone all of the messages that you sent me. Oh! No, she just talks to me about being master and stuff like that. That's okay. And usually it's after I do something stupid on the program. I'll issue like, you guys got to do this. And she's like, yes, Lord. So that's how she answers me sarcastically. But hey, it's all good in the hood. We're just messing around. Folks, we're doing The Ark, season 2, and we're doing episode 5. This is Museum of Death. Written by India Sage Wilson, and who's going to be joining us?
Yep.
Very, very soon. And is she tomorrow?
India.
Since
yes,
Michael
India.
is talking in the
India
chat
is
room,
tomorrow.
he should be able to answer us.
India is tomorrow.
Was that a little emotionally charged by my statement?
Mm.
Yes, that's going to be awesome. So this week's writer is going to be joining on Talented Universe tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, that would have been a Monday night in America, but it's Talented Universe. Really good stuff. So, oh, my nephew. Hi, James. How you doing, young man? Thank you for stopping in. Yes, Uncle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we are talking about The Ark today. I mentioned it to him yesterday, and I'm glad I was able to spend some time with you yesterday, young man. It was really good, and I'm looking forward to it as well. I think we're going to see Alien Romulus. So I'm going to see if I can drag my nephew on and do a review program of Alien Romulus.
Oh, what fun.
And I bet you before he put doing well, man, he's like, what is up with that crazy old man already? Spends a day with me, and now he wants stuff. I'm like, I'm a Noriega. What do you expect? So it's all good. But thank you, James, for stopping in. Hopefully you're able to see the program. But we're going to continue. And if you have any questions or comments, please drop them off right there. India Sage Wilson, it was written by and directed by Sandra Mitrovich. Woo! So, really good stuff right there. And for everyone else, head on over to ndbmedia.net, as I mentioned. You can go on over to Facebook. Please like and subscribe. We need them. Richard, do you have your Liz bell? I'm sorry, I mean your cowbell.
My cowbell?
I heard that.
That thing that you use to, when you do the like and subscribe.
I may have it around. But first, before that, you've got to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, baby.
No.
I know how much Liz likes that.
Yeah,
she has her mic up quite a bit.
That's why I haven't used it recently. So because it bothers Liz there.
Oh, then
No,
I asked you to make it
no.
part of your repertoire.
Oh, you would. I will get even. I'll
Oh,
send
by the
fire
way,
ants to you.
and that's fine. I'm sure we have him in the area. I do want to give a shout out to my nephew because he did graduate with a history degree. I'm so proud of him, and we may be doing some history stuff. And yes, Liz, I didn't hit him up for the Ghost division in September, but can't scare him right away.
Yeah,
But you
really.
know, we got to bring him in
Ease him in
slowly.
gently.
Yeah, but he already showed up. But congratulations, young man. It's a degree in history, and so proud of him. And I love history myself, so among other things. But
Is
all
it
right.
is it revisionist history?
Oh no, he's actually a smart man.
Okay, good, good.
I will say that he is a Gen Zer, and he blanches at my commentary of the world. Oh, these interviews are going to be fun, but it's all right. All right, let's get to it. Marcia,
Yes,
Museum
sir.
of the Death. What did you think? Or
Now,
what were you thinking going in?
I like that question because when I put the title up, I try to put the next week's title and a brief synopsis if people want to look at it up on Sunday. So when I saw Museum of Death, I thought, okay, well, this is not going to be one of those happy-go-lucky fun episodes, is it? So I instantly thought of Vincent Price in one of what was that, the Wax Museum
Yeah,
movie, and I thought, oh boy, because I'm not a horror fan particularly, so
no,
I thought, okay, this is going to be interesting, and it was. Oh my goodness. I don't know how much you want me to go into it right now, but yeah, I had some thoughts about we were going to see some horror elements probably for the first time.
No, that's good. I appreciate that. These are your pre-thoughts going in. So, Art
Hmm.
54, what were you thinking? And oh, we got another like. It's Gridiron Girl, Sonia Robles. Thank you. We appreciate the like. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And folks, we can only see the likes on Facebook and I think Twitch. I'm not certain about Twitch, but if you give us a like on YouTube, we can only see it after the fact. So let us know you gave us a like because if I have it on the double screen here, I hear myself an echo and I can barely hear myself right now. That's not because I'm going deaf. It's because I find my voice irritating. Go, Liz. I mean, Arc 54.
I'll answer to anything. You know that. Um,
Oh, you
I,
thought I was kidding.
how I thought going in, I figured it'd be a very exciting episode, and with the title of it itself, made you think, okay, we already knew they were going back to Arc 3, so I kind of figured, okay, they're going back to maybe basically a mausoleum of where all the dead were kind of laid out, and they would have to deal. I was thinking that maybe ghosts or something that looked like it was haunting. So I was ready for some of the surprises that came, but I was not expecting certain twists that did wind up getting taken. And I absolutely hated one trope that they used.
Well,
No, the trope in there where they all go in and they find all the all the dead sitting and posed and everything, and I'm thinking to myself, come on, you already know that whoever brought over the Federation shuttle is on that arc. You know they're hiding with the dead somewhere. That's such an old trope to be either in mystery with like dummies or mannequins or dead bodies or stuff that has been used so much. I was actually kind of surprised they did that.
wow. Hi, Richard.
hello. And yeah, that's a good point there, Liz. And I'm just when they got over there as well, Liz, I kept thinking we find out it was one person, and I'm thinking it must have taken this man days or hours to pose everyone the way he did, because they were all in different poses. And plus, with rigor mortis, it must have taken him forever to break things apart to do all of this. Not to sound morbid, but
Yeah.
but
Here's the other thing, Richard. Did you notice a bit of Princess Walking Dead feel with that when they went back into Atlanta? when in
No.
Walking Dead. Remember when Princess had posed all of the?
Oh, yeah,
Did you get
yeah,
that feeling from it?
yeah. You're right. You're right. And so it was interesting to see. I mean, because they weren't just sitting down; they were on the stairway. They
Oh
were
yeah.
in the cafeteria. They were looking at books or their iPhone or their iWatch or whatever you want to
Mm-hmm.
call it. And so that, so I'm just saying, who knows how long he was there before? He must have been there long enough to affect his mind, right? I mean, because that. And did they ever say why he was still there? Why? I mean, was he stuck there? Was the shuttle non-operational, or did he have no way to get anywhere else? I can't remember what the answer was.
I think he'd already gone cuckoo and didn't want to leave.
Oh, so he already had the Cocoa Puffs.
But
Something like
no,
that.
didn't
Yeah.
they say that they arrived there and they left him or something? What was
Yeah,
it, Mark?
well, I rewatched it this morning, and that's what he said. He told Eva, he said that they decided they were going to go off and look for Proxima, but he wanted to stay because he thought Eva was going to be around there, so he decided to stay.
Right.
Then he had another shuttle though to leave if he could have, but at that point
Yeah.
I think he just went nuts.
That's why I'm asking, because there's a shuttle there, and are there? I mean, I don't know how many shuttles can be attached to an arc, and that's why I'm asking how he would, like, if he was. Anyway, I'm just one of the things I noticed, and that's good enough, Liz. I mean, if maybe he didn't want, maybe he got there was Coco, or maybe while he was waiting for Eva, that he did eventually become, Coco or Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know, and so, but that's what got me, was how long it would have taken to do that, and also to do that with extras, even if there was, having the extras stay in the same pose for all the scenes.
Well, I'm pretty sure probably several of them were mannequins, other than some of the
Well,
extras.
I guess they
but
could have
yeah.
cheated, but I wouldn't like that. But you guessed, I guess, yeah, I guess they could have taken some mannequins. You're right, Liz. I guess you're correct. That would make more sense.
We're doing with, I don't know how many of you watched Stargate.
Die hardly.
Stargate SG-1. But Joe Malazzi, one of the producers, writers, we're doing a rewatch of all of the old Twilight Zone episodes on X, Twitter. And one of the episodes, the old black and white ones, had an episode that was similar to this, in that they went to a planet where there were people in poses, natural poses, but they were dead, similar to this one. And so, that was a recent episode that we watched, so we kind of called back to that too. But that was weird, creepy.
It may have been a trope and I missed it, but I thought the way they did it, where I should have been paying attention. They say, "Hey, we've got imagery from two places, but the problem is it's only 15 minutes apart." I was like, "Well, okay, we're gonna get a snapshot. That's not unlike what we get from Voyager 1 right now and Voyager 2." So I was okay with that. I didn't know that it was going to be them just frozen in time, which I thought was kind of cool. I didn't realize that, and I think I already said that, but it's okay. I thought it was still good. It was a nice way of getting it. When I first saw Museum of Death, I actually thought it said like the haunted house, so I was a bit confused by that. I know, but yeah, you know what? It was okay. I have to tell you that going into this episode, I didn't know what to expect, and we did learn that you could have two shuttles on there, because remember, Captain Garnett, Captain Garnett did, and there was one already up there as well, so you can at least have two.
Well, okay, you're right. I guess I did not pick up on that.
And besides not picking up on it, I failed earlier today. I did not mention the beating heart of the ARC community. I think I can get away with saying that. We have two fan groups on Facebook, the ARC fan group, and you can see the link right there on the bottom going that way. I don't know if it's going to translate very well. And then we have the ARC series fan group right there. Look at that. That's the one that goes as well. So that's right. Oh, so are both of you on opposing? Not that. Are you in different fan groups?
Yes, but we're
Yes.
sister fan groups.
Yeah.
Right. So which one do you moderate, or which one are you administrator of, Marcia?
Well, you see it right here. It says the ARC series
Series
fan
fan
group
group.
on Facebook.
No, I didn't. Okay, but I did now.
Yes,
And
I do the ARC series, and Liz does the ARC group. But we are sister groups. We're all for the ARC, so that's cool.
I do want to give a shout out. We have a new like right now, Norm Lemero. Hopefully, I am pronouncing it correctly. If I'm not, I'm sorry. I'm just a poor Latin kid from Los Angeles, but it does look like Lemero to me. But again, this is a Latin tongue speaking. So, all right, fair enough. Um, I did appreciate that Eva was able to find her brother, and throughout the episode, boy, was she getting slapped by him about not being left behind, or by being left behind, because first she got left behind on Earth, got left behind family-wise several times. That's the drift that I got. He was an angry little crazy guy, wasn't he?
To put it mildly.
Yep.
Yes. But the threat that he gave her, or that he threatened her with, I will reveal what you are. And Griff stopped what she was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and she was paying attention, and good old Kimmy was paying attention to Griff. So that was
Because she
interesting.
knows Griff can understand Serbian.
Yes.
You kind of jumped right to the end there, now, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, what did you
That
think?
was a quick
Yeah.
leap there. That was faster than quantum leap.
I'm sorry. I was just. What's
Good night,
that?
y'all.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
don't go there. Don't go
so
there.
are we going beat by beat then? I'm so sorry. I
We
didn't
don't
realize.
have to.
Well,
No, we
I'm
don't
just
have to. You
teasing you.
said before we don't have to go beat by beat.
I'm just
Yeah.
teasing you.
And that's fair, Marsha. I appreciate it, because I get lip from this one over here about taking forever
Oh.
on these reviews, and yet she shows up for all of them. But far be it from me to get bent out of shape over it.
What do you mean I show up for all of them and give you lip? You should
No,
be
I said you
grateful
give
I'm
me
there.
no. I let once again stop bastardizing everything. I said you give me lip about the length, and yet you show up for all of them. That's
Mm.
exactly what I said.
Well, I'm into sadomasochism, so what do you expect?
I wouldn't know. Oh, yeah, whatever. You show up as well, dude. I told you he was stalking the site. Yeah, all right.
Stalking the
Well,
airwaves.
hello, Michael.
Well, there's nothing wrong with long reviews as long as we cover everything. I mean, it's.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not.
I mean,
changing
I
anything.
know that you like right now. You like having this be, a certain hour and a half to appease
No, that's him.
the NBC gods, but it's fine in the neighborhood.
All right. Well, fair enough. Yes, I did skip ahead. So the body's in place. I did think about it. I didn't really give it much thought as to how long it took him, but I don't know how many souls he fixed. He fixed the observation lounge, which I thought that was a little eerie. Had I been on the Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff side, I would have made sure everyone was at their station, not lounging around and doing stuff. So this was a special Comet Water Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff stuff.
Right.
Sorry, that one didn't land very well. But what is Eva? What is Eva? Because he threatened to say. So Kimmy knows something is up and no one else does. Now, what I did not like in the episode was Strickland
Yes.
being
Yes.
Right,
an
exactly.
AH towards Griff. It's like,
Right.
dude, she hasn't told you anything. She knows the whole thing. But the funny thing was, I thought Strickland told her, look, I need you to be in sickbay right now.
Mm-hmm.
Never
Exactly.
took her off the security team. Said, I need you to assist me in sickbay. That's the way I took it. And she's telling him, and he's like, well, if it's HIPAA related, there's no reason to tell me.
Does HIPAA even exist 100 years from now?
I don't think so, but I immediately got that, which is
Yeah.
confidentiality. I know
but
we're still
Roger, real
learning these
quick, it wasn't even
characters.
HIPAA. I mean, she was trying to tell him something that was not related to a health issue, and I agree with you, Raj. I did not, and maybe and the rest of us, I believe, just me. I didn't like the way she shut her down like that, and that should not have happened. I think that was I thought that was badly written because you think you'd be curious about what's going on.
Now, there may be an issue as to why Strickland didn't respond to her, but I did not like that the way that was happening.
Yeah.
That was a negative for me. So, go ahead, Marsha. I think you wanted to say something, or was it Arc 54?
Well, I was looking at my little notes that I have, and Kel, you know, a little bit about Kelly's. We learned more about her upgrades, and Kelly kind of returned to her character when she lifted Marge up and threatened him, and also that was pretty crappy security that they had in there. She could jump off her bed, strangle her Marsh, and the security guy's like, huh?
Then 10 hours later, Strickland walks in. Oh, I heard there was a problem down here.
Did you say 10 hours later?
That's
10 hours later.
I believe that security team were related to the security that was on Trump when he got shot. So it makes sense.
On a personal note, ladies and gentlemen, on a personal note, that was a political comment, but I believe we're all of the same mind. We did not believe security moved quick enough. So keep that in mind. So it is a sad moment in American history. It just goes to show you there's stuff like that. But we were all like, they should have moved a bit faster. It looked like. But that's all right. I still respect and admire what they do. But we'll go forth, please, and move forward.
Oh, Roger.
Yeah, no, Richard, it's you on that one. But all right.
No, it was not political. It was just a comment on bad security.
By the very existence of that act, it is sadly.
Sarcasm is dead in America.
For the next 70 some days, a little bit on this program.
But anyway, if that was over the line, I apologize, Roger. I could not resist.
Dude, we're moving forward. I just said I think we needed to clarify it a little bit. That's all.
All right.
And I think I did. So it's all right. So what else were your comments? Did you guys have the good and bad on this episode? Did you want to do? I mean, guys, this was a very relatively easy episode. There was stuff going on. We learned some mysteries. I had no idea that Ava had that baggage. And I was a bit it's like, okay, that's fine. What is the baggage? Now, is Ava the lieutenant that they're looking for? That
she's not a lieutenant, is she?
That we know of. Remember, she and Harris had a relationship that could not be talked about or couldn't be together. And I always thought it was because of the Juno Project. But looking back at it now, and I rewatched that episode, there was a little bit more going on basically between the lines with them. And I think both of them had something to do with the Federation, you know, and other things, other secrets. And if you notice at the end, you know, what she deleted, there was a whole lot more to her backstory than we know about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what that is, and except that she's some type of criminal. And but I don't know. It's another mystery upon a mystery that's been going for other characters that have been going on all season 2, and it just keeps adding to this momentum as we maybe get toward the end of this season of what's going to be revealed and what is not going to be revealed.
Well, if Ava had access to her own file and the ability to delete it, remember in season 1 when Jasper Dades got murdered and Felix was combing through everybody's background and whatnot. Well, how come that didn't come up for her?
Because she didn't delete it.
Well, maybe because
that was Arc 1.
Right.
The stuff that she just found out was the capsule that got brought over from Arc 3.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was an earlier Arc 1, but Arc 3 may have been updated files is what Liz is trying. Well, I agree with Liz. That was awesome.
Ah,
yeah.
Good point, Liz.
they did comment about the fact, what are we going to learn from being able to access the ARC3 files?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe there's something in there of Ava, and maybe there's something of others there as well. I don't know. Do they still have contact with Earth? Is there some, way that they could access Starfleet Central? I don't know. That would be interesting to see.
That'd be awesome.
Or is it just on their databanks? If you guys think about this, they still don't know what is going on. They still don't know what happened from the point that they were put to sleep and they were awakened by the attack.
Right.
Yep.
They've received tidbits. None of us know what has happened.
Right. And should Eva have that kind of security to delete a file like that? I mean, wouldn't that be password protected and not? I mean, trying to think this through. I mean, that's a sensitive. But I mean, I guess just to make the plot move forward, I guess it's easier just for her to delete it. But it just seems like there'd be better security on these files.
But what's in there? If she's an Eastern Alliance terrorist or Eastern Federation, I don't think it would be in the file because, number one, she wouldn't be on the ship. But then again, everyone bribed, stole, and did a whole bunch of things to be on the ship.
But it seems like it's all after the fact.
Yeah, and obviously she's been convicted 6 times. The 6-time convicted felons, there has got to be something there. And I think it's a whole lot more than just being an engineer.
Now, if you're an engineer, it's assumed that you have certain command authority. You have supervisorial authority. So, guys, for being someone who's been in the bureaucratic world, not that I know anymore, just saying that there are different varying levels of security. And you would be surprised who gets those levels of security that probably should never have had them. I
have to agree with that, Raj.
Yeah, so there could be that as well. So you never know. What do you think she is? Because the brother felt that it was dangerous to her existence, saying, if you shut me up, I'm going to tell everyone about you doing... And then he got the shot and got knocked out. There's another thing, too. I didn't like that as well. Yes, he was in paranoia, but was he attacking anyone? I thought they put him under a little too quick. If we can't hear people's opinions today, it seems like on Arc 1, you can't say a word before they put you under. Is that the world that we're going? No, I'm a little bit of an exaggeration, but think about it. He started to speak up, and they immediately just put him under. Didn't care for that. So.
Yeah, that was a little overzealous. Yeah, you're right.
But it is Dr. Marsh. Is Dr. Marsh in on it? Ooh, and he says, we have to shut up the compatriot. I don't know why he did that. Actually.
Yeah, we don't know a lot about Marsh yet, do we?
Yes.
No.
And folks, I do want to put it to rest, the whole thing. There is going to be someone on the 15ers. There is going to be someone that is loyal to Maddox. Some obscure one. I don't know who it is, but there's going to be someone. I don't believe Kimmy and her friend are loyal. I think it was genuine. They wanted off the ship. I think most of them did. But there's going to be someone that's loyal to Maddox. To what end, I don't know.
Why do you say that?
Because she wants to know or be in a position to control. If you think about it, at the very ending of Star Trek Voyager Season 2, they had a Kazon person aboard. Hey, roll your eyes all you want. And I'm not saying... I was not you, Richard. I saw this. She rolled them.
Yeah.
She rolled them. When they were in the battle and Voyager was doing just fine, Homie Claus decided to open up his ring and, commit harikari and wounded the Voyager. Is that possible that someone is that loyal to Maddox? Or could be activated by a code to do as such?
I like the idea of a code, yeah.
And plus, this isn't the first TV series we've watched.
So,
yeah, exactly.
What's the matter,
I
Marcia?
understand what Marcia
You gotta
is
be
saying, but
quiet,
I expect someone to be the loyal one too, and that's just, it's going to be interesting to find out who it is. They got a lot of red herrings and a lot of facts running around on this show.
What I did appreciate of this is they knew that they felt they were outnumbered, and they didn't go in blind. They went in with the shuttle, which was actually the fake, and they went in with 2 teams on the side. That was good thinking. That I did appreciate that.
Yeah, some strategy. Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of popping your head up and getting it shot off, that was
Yes, that is so true.
Well, one little aside about that, but just a wardrobe type thing. When they came aboard and they had to drag around their helmets, I wish they had a little knapsack or something on the back that they could put their helmet in, so they didn't have to carry it in their hand. That's just a little nitpicky thing.
Oh.
Well, maybe that'll be in next year's budget.
You know, I get the impression that the helmet genuinely is pressurized, but it's also pressurized a bit by weight. Because if you notice, it seems like it's very heavy underneath to try to keep it in place. What that would do in zero gravity, I don't know. Maybe there's a magnetic connection. I don't know. Maybe it's technology. I don't know. But okay, that's interesting. But I do notice that there is a certain amount of weight that they have with the helmet. Huh. Maybe they'll have a clip on their belt next time, and they can just put the belt
Maybe.
on.
Yeah, clip,
Yeah.
belt clip or something. That would be easy fix.
I did appreciate the conversation that Kelly had with the doctor before she flipped out, and the conversation with Trust also.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. Your thoughts on that? Because Trust got a little uppity with, well, no, actually, he was angry. Says, oh, you killed what's-her-face.
Well, yeah, he's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually a really good exchange, because we kind of didn't really know what direction it was going to take from minute to minute. He seemed like he was going to be kind. He said, yeah, I would love to tell you about your dad, because it'll make you hurt. And I thought that was really done well. And what we learned about her dad was interesting. If it's true that her mother poisoned him, and which seems kind of in line with dear charming Evelyn.
Oh yeah.
And
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was along that same comment when you'd mentioned Trust. I thought of something. What did you guys think about Angus and him coming back? And half the people didn't even know who he was, and they kind of put him down and saying, "Oh, they did, that system was, uneven, and we evened it out and made it better." It almost made me feel like Angus is starting to feel unimportant, and then all of the stuff that has been fed to him through Evelyn about, oh, you're not important, you're a waste of space. What is going to happen if he's feeling like he's a loner and Kelly's feeling like she's a loner, and they band together to do something to Evelyn?
Well, I understand what you're saying, but there's always that chance you go on vacation on a regular job, or you miss some time, you're going to come back and people are going to treat you differently. There might be some new people there that are going to say, what? Oh yeah, it's you. We got this under control. Go elsewhere. But you got to remember, Angus was used to having that whole thing to himself.
Yeah.
And now there's Arc 15. I guess what hurt him most was Arc 15, made improvements to what he was doing. He thought he was doing the cheapest work. And then so we now all of a sudden oh yeah, we got it. We were able to fix this filtration thing and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, he feel a little, he got his butt hurt, but he's got to get over it and come back.
He's going to have to get. Go ahead, Marshall.
Liz, I was surprised that they didn't make that Garnet didn't make clear what his role was going to be to him and to the 15ers, because that didn't sit well with me either. I felt that was not the way to handle it.
It didn't sit well with me as well, but look who were the ones that were talking. The 15ers. And the reality is, Arc 1 was dead without Angus. And I believe everyone on Arc 1 knows that. So I thought it was well done that if anyone's going to give him an attitude, typical, an engineer would be the one talking smack, and it would be from Arc 15. So
Yeah.
I saw that as a real world conversation.
And I agree.
Okay.
And yeah, and Marcia, you're right. I mean, but Garnett should have put out this general notice saying, well, the oneers, or what do you want to call them, the onesies, they have.
Why did I picture them in a little onesie with?
Oh
baby
my
bottles?
God, Richard, that is great. The onesies.
The onesies. The onesies are the ones you're here to help, but the onesies are in command. So it should have been known, and maybe they did know that, and they didn't give a crap about what
Maybe.
Garnett said. You know,
Could be.
well, Garnett said this. Who cares? It's this guy. He's just one little boy. He's Plant Boy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know at the end there he was questioning his position in the ship, and we've all had those doubts when we were even in the workforce. You get those doubts sometimes. Someone plants a seed in your head, and you let it foster until you rise up and take control. But I think I understand that, and right now, he's still just getting out of med bay. He's still walking around with that cane. But what they don't know is that Plant Boy has nanites that is going to enable them to kick all their butts later on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just hope he doesn't turn out to be like his alternate reality one.
Who was kind of
So
cool.
No, that wasn't so bad. What's wrong with that? He's a security man.
He's
No, no, he was too
Oh, it's
full of
because he
an
broke
attitude.
Alicia's heart.
Oh
right?
man,
It's because he's holding a weapon. What man does not have an attitude holding a weapon? Come on.
Yeah.
They are what they are.
Yep. But I see what you're. So go ahead. I'm sorry. Are you yawning or going to say something, Marcia?
I was gonna say,
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
y'all are boring me. No,
Was I boring you, Marcia? I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask a question. What do you think, or what did we find out what Bohan's purpose was?
No,
What
didn't.
was his? What is he an engineer? Is he a what did he? What was his career path?
I don't know. There was a similarity between them, but again, she jumped ahead and he was left behind. I didn't understand what it was. I got the impression that they went to the ship
Mhm.
and he got left behind.
So that was true. Yeah, he did say that, but he didn't say what he was doing because he managed to talk himself aboard the Ark. He did say that I managed to get myself aboard, but he didn't say how. Or I guess it didn't really matter to the story. What mattered was that we learned about Ava's secret and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm gonna say again, this is the worst security ever.
Yeah. And what I was thinking, sorry, Richard. What I was thinking is Garnett hasn't issued a memo to the 15ers or had a conference because they haven't had time. Think about it. Everything is moving super fast on this series.
Mhm.
We've estimated what to be 2 months at most where they are now. This has all been happening super fast. I don't think she's had a chance to officially welcome the 15ers to the onesies. And I think it's not necessarily a failure in management. It is a failure in not having enough time right now. That I will acknowledge. But I did not like that engineer that gave Angus attitude. Because doesn't Angus also indirectly save Maddox, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
Oh, I guess I could see.
heart
Oh,
attack.
you're that one. You're the one that saved Maddox, maybe.
You said that has been repaid or some such
Yeah.
evil crapola.
I really
That
didn't care
is
for
a
that
new.
attitude either.
Yeah, that is. I didn't think about that, Raj. I mean, they could hold him, have a grudge against him for saving Maddox. That could have been. I didn't even think about that. Thanks, Raj.
No, hey, it's all good. All I can say is that whenever I tell someone, hey, in an email you say FYI, I know what I'm thinking. I know what they're thinking. So you never know. And trust me, folks, I used that one back in the early 2000s. So there. So someone came up with a video on what that means. I'm like, I made that up 20 years ago. Go ahead, Marsha.
Well, Roger, in our last show, you were talking about the possibility that they didn't return to the universe that they started from. And first, I kind of thought that was baloney, but more
Yeah, I thought you did.
but the more I thought about it, and I looked at the episode again, and I thought, well, there's something very interesting that I noted in Museum of Death and the other you. And in the end of this episode, we see Lane in his quarters looking at a picture, which I thought was a picture of him and his dad. But when you look back, I mean, and when you look back at the other you, which we know was another universe, those aren't the same two people.
Now, it could be just because they haven't, it happens that they don't get the right actor before, and then they finally cast them. It could be that, but that could be what it is.
That could be a clue to what you said.
Now, did you notice I did when I told Deanna and I told Christy about that, they froze from when they really thought it through.
I saw that.
And they were like, they were fighting hard not to react. That's all I can say.
Might be onto something.
They didn't give out anything. That's why I told them, I said, hey, I want to share with you because I know you do follow some of the stuff. This was it. And that whole thing of Kimmy being, when I said the three options of what she could be, she did appreciate that. And when I says, and I think they've returned to an alternate universe because not is all the same, they both froze. Yes. So I don't know. Maybe they're like, Agent, did you catch that? We're not going to be on their program anymore. This guy's gone full psycho. I don't know. It could have been that.
They could have just been, we'll let them ponder that for a while.
Yes. But it was really good. And I was really trying to see if there was any reaction. And both of them, no reaction, man. But then again, it was also no reaction.
Yeah.
So who knows? Marcia, my whole thing is that I don't. We're not going to get into the full thing of temporal. We're not going to get into a temporal discussion right now. But I think that a new timeline has been created. They did not return to their original one, so there have been some changes. So to fix everything, they've got to go to Hill Valley. They've got to find the DeLorean, and they have to go back in time.
Back to the future.
Yep. So
wow.
What are the chances
just do a slingshot around the sun?
In the Star Trek universe, I always contended that was super, 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 super secret confidential. Because if everyone knew that, they'd all be slingshotting around the sun. But it's okay. That's just me.
Well, those episodes should be in those ARC 3 databases by now.
Ooh, very good.
The one thing that's driven me bonkers, and I've watched this 3 times now, and I don't understand why Naomi is still on the hospital bed. Looks like she's completely knocked out still from that electronic shock that she got.
This is
3 episodes
hours.
later.
Episodes later, but these are hours, if just not days. So
Yeah, but everybody else is up and moving.
Well, she doesn't have any nanites, but
that's right. Yeah,
But Alicia's
I need to
up.
give her some. I don't know why they're not sucking the blood out of Kelly and giving it to people.
Have an IV bag hanging up to Angus or telling you to hit. Come here, Angus. Give me some more of that good stuff. Yeah.
What was it that they called it? Oh my gosh. Where Dr. Kabir said something about her blood,
Kelly
right?
blood or something, yeah.
What was it?
I think something. I want some of that sweet Kelly blood.
I
Yeah.
think so. Yes, that was really funny. I did write it down in my notes somewhere.
Now, Dr. Kabir was up and moved and back in action, so that was good.
Yeah.
Something that just tickles me again is this head wounds, because Felix has head wound and Trey has a head wound and Griff has a head wound, and it's just, I thought so. But Sharon's did go away, so that was true.
Finally.
Well, everyone also heals at a different pace as well. I mean, even without nanites, people have different immune systems and different things that help
Sharon
them
is
bounce
altered.
back.
Garnett's
that?
altered anyway, so it healed super fast.
And apparently they don't have any bandages on the arm.
No, I answered your question. I answered your
I
question.
saw that.
I did answer it, and it was a good answer.
Because macho, yeah.
They manned up. You know, they don't need a bandage. They just. Yeah.
It was episode 3. Sweet, sweet Kelly Blood. Very good, Arc 54.
Yeah, so
that was good.
Yeah.
I did appreciate the conversation between Trust and Kelly, because up until this point, I don't know that Trust has lied per se, even in the other, the alternate timeline or universe. However, he is straight up. Now, well, actually, no, he's not. He did try to destroy the planet, right? But did he lie? No, I guess he didn't, right? Or did he?
An evil villain who does not lie. Okay.
I am surprised that
I've been accused of such.
I'm surprised that Trust has not said anything about them covering up the glory hole between him and Kelly, and but he still lets it flap open, I guess. And I think I said it on the Facebook page there, Marsha. I think they're going to form a friendship.
They are. Yes, I agree with you. They are. He's already mentioned when she asked, "Can you tell me about post-humanism?" He kind of blew her off, but then they were talking about, the other stuff, and I think they are. Isn't that crazy? Brains and brawn. Could you imagine her being his right hand? Wow, that's a lethal
could be
weapon.
another. Yeah, that could be.
Yes, but I mean against Maddox. Could you imagine that Kelly does it because of trust? Ooh.
Interesting idea.
Kelly was mad before. She certainly is teed off now that she knows.
Oh my God, she is lit up.
Yeah. And so going back, I mean, I know we talked about Kelly getting Dr. Marsh, but why? But then again, why is it they still don't bind her in any way when she's out and about? But and they know that she's enhanced because she jumped off that top table awful fast and just lifted him up. And I thought even though it was an outburst, I thought it was legit. I thought she had a legit reason to ask, maybe not in a violent way, but those were legitimate questions she was asking Dr. Marsh. Mm-hmm. And I don't blame her for wanting answers after finding out what she did last episode from Cat, Alt Cat.
I thought it was good that Cat actually told her that. As a plot point, storyline, everything, that was a great thing.
She had to find out some way. So,
but and funny how it would be from an alternate timeline to find that out.
Yeah.
But it seems to be a bit more peaceful on the other one than they are now, because the Arc 1 was in great condition, at least based on what we could tell when they were over there.
Yeah, because they had benches and stuff over on the other alt ship. They had all this nice little furniture running around the hallways and stuff like that. Because you remember Bryce made a comment, "Hey, you cleaned this up pretty nice," Yeah. So when he was over there.
And speaking of Lane and Garnett, okay, this is the secret out of the bag. I appreciate they brought the bottle back into play, and it was a newer bottle that was full. She presented it to him, and Garnett had the feeling of, "Ask me to stay." You could see as she was waiting outside, it was like, "Are you going to be a smart guy and ask me to stay?" And he, of course, says, "Now you're not going to leave me here to drink the bottle all alone, are you?" And she turned around with a big old smile on her face. I don't know if it's because the relationship is budding there, or if it was the actual moment that was just kind of cool that they had that. But I think she's starting to really lighten up, and she's starting to like Lane, because he's giving her, I mean, no, he's still a jerk from time to time, but he's giving her less and less grief.
Well, I think it's convenient that now Lane has his own quarters, which she mentioned as soon as she got. Oh, you finally got your own quarters.
Yeah. Can we break in your room together, maybe?
Yeah.
I didn't think of it that way. I just figured that the bow just was designed a bit differently, and they were able, look, every time you make a new class of ship, less space is required. So I was just, and okay, I know it's not a new class, but with every proceeding, you learn to miniaturize stuff. So him having his own room, I just thought was kind of cool. And the whole thing about detaching and reattaching, kudos to the production staff, kudos to the writers, kudos to everyone. It looked good, it looked real.
Look great.
When Strickland went out to save Eve, okay, first of all, Eva, hija de tu madre, and that's in Spanish. It's like going out in a spacesuit when that's going out. Look, I know these guys aren't professional Starfleet officers, but come on, man. He's just going to the other ship. I mean, and when Eva chased after him, I was just,
Yeah.
I was personally frustrated.
And I just can never. I'm trying to figure out how quickly they can change into their space uniforms to jump out there so fast. I mean, it just seems like it happens pretty quick. Like they went down the bat pole, and when they got to the bottom, they had their spacesuit on and ready to jump out the door. But that's just me. But yeah, he's going
firemen jumping in their gear.
Then Strickland jumped out there as well.
Good point.
I mean, he was out there super, super fast.
Yeah.
I did find it amusing, though, when I don't know if it was Alicia or Trust that said, oh, my goodness, the bow of Arc 1, it's collapsing in on itself. And you see the video and you see the stuff flying off. I'm like, well, I don't understand physics, Alicia, but collapsing on itself isn't spreading out. I thought that was kind of funny, but I guess pieces were breaking off. But again, dude, if it's collapsing. Anyway, those effects did look good.
Well, I guess they could collapse and expand at the same time. I don't know.
Well, I'll have to talk to my stomach about that and find out.
But it was an interesting fact to find out that the ship was built to separate when it got to a planet. That was interesting to find out that. And it's interesting that the other crew members did not know about this little fact.
Yeah. How come they did? How come Garnett and how come they didn't know about that?
Well, remember, they're all lower level officers.
But not.
Still, it would be a design thing. You think it would have been common knowledge? It's not something top secret. I mean, it's like.
But if everyone bribed and did stuff to get aboard this, maybe they didn't. They didn't get that briefing. We're back to engineering management. Zero communication.
That could be, but still, you would. Anyway,
that was cool, though.
Anyway, it was an interesting way to solve that problem.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. The compartments.
Seeing the schematics and seeing the design of that was really cool. And the whole idea that the bow section would remain in orbit as for communication stuff as well. That was good. I did appreciate that.
Well, they couldn't land that thing on the planet to begin with, I suppose. The whole big darn thing on a planet. And so.
Yeah, because even in our space program, they've sent when we supposedly went to the moon, they sent down.
Supposedly? Yeah.
Whoa, Marcia, did we not go to the moon?
Oh, that's another whole show.
No.
Well, no, not here on this network.
No, it's yes.
Don't you wonder why we haven't been back?
We're trying to get, Bush wanted to get us back by 2020, but that didn't materialize.
People are stupid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, but we can send stuff to Mars. Oh.
Well, wait a minute. We're still sending stuff to the moon.
Yeah, but we're not good. We haven't gone to the moon. I would think by now we would have had Moon Base Alpha up there. They'd have discotheques
and stuff. The Cylons are running it. That's the part you're missing. We do have it, but the
okay, Marcia, you have given us a topic for another day. Sadly, I did comment over the weekend to someone that I was terribly disappointed with my recently passed brother when he says, "Oh my God, they didn't go to the moon."
Oh,
like, what? He said, "Yeah, they faked it."
Don't start.
They faked what? They faked the moon landing.
Well, actually, I started it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, not at all. It's all right. But I don't think you said that. But there is a comment for something else
But
another
we
day.
could, even even what you say is true, Marcia, we could go to the moon now for darn sure. So I mean,
Except with Boeing.
Except we don't.
You know why?
Well,
It's because it costs a lot of money.
We got bored with it too.
And
remember?
the American public wouldn't tolerate it. The line in The Martian was ever so perfect. Dude, I can't get a reimbursement for a pin. You think they're going to give me more money to go on another one? That is so true. If you look at the budget of NASA today,
just go to the moon.
Yeah.
But,
hey, maybe we just need what's his face, Ralph Cramden. But that's okay. That'll be a topic for the day. I do want to welcome several other people who are watching. Aisha Kerr, thank you for the love. I appreciate the favorite. And thank you. All kidding aside, there was something else in my notes that I wanted to clarify. That I wrote down the brother, Bojan, stated that he spoke of her mission. It was very specific. Did we say that? Or just that she was going to do something? Because he mentioned that. So I'm going to tell them all what your mission was to be. So it's interesting that she does have some baggage that way.
Well, how would he know? They haven't even spoken. They hadn't spoken for years.
How does he know? He has to know that she was a part of something. Now, I'm not going to do Star Trek, but let's look at Lost in Space 1998, 1999. Remember when they're trying to build the portal gate or whatever it is? There were the people that were trying to stop them. So
Which
maybe
Lost in Space was this?
This was the 1998 movie.
Oh, the movie, the crappy movie. Okay, with Gary Oldman.
The 1998 movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
remember, there were people that were trying to destroy the endeavor of creating that Stargate. So maybe, not that Eva was totally against it, but maybe she was involved in some way of something like that.
So, Alicia, we own the moon. Our flag's up there. There is no dividing the moon. Our flag is up there. We own it right now.
Well, apparently on the dark side, there's a red one.
Oh yeah,
there is a Russian flag up there, unless they took it down.
Well, a Russian didn't put it there.
No, I said it's a red flag for the Chinese.
Oh, Chinese. Well, she said Russian too. She said
yeah, I did. I misspoke. I apologize.
It's okay. This is that
was
automatic. I was gonna say sports talk with the guy.
Oh my gosh. The Russian flag's red too, right? I mean, the sickle thing was red.
It used to be.
I don't know what it is now. But,
it used to have the hammer and the sickle on the Russian one, and I'm not sure what the Chinese one has. But I believe there's some stars on there. I don't know if it has a hammer and a sickle. Copycats. I don't know.
But anyway, but you're right. We have to divide the moon up, Alicia. You're right. We probably have to because everybody wants a piece of the whatever's up there, cheese or whatever.
Now, what I did appreciate also, as I mentioned earlier, the special effects and everything that they did for the bow moving from one to another. I did comment that when Strickland saves Eva, right away they say, "Okay, let's switch to autopilot." I found it so darn amusing. I'm like, wow, these people have faith in their autopilot, and we cannot trust the Tesla autopilot down here. Yep. What a long way we've come. Nothing against Tesla, but I just thought that one was kind of cool. And we're getting another Tony Konopka. Thank you, Tony.
Oh, yeah, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
So you see, Marcia, you need to join us, or at the very least, you need to send us your picks, because that will begin in September. So it'll be a lot of fun. You got to join us on the program. As you have seen, it is a lot of fun.
I love talking sports,
which I didn't know that. And
well, then you need to be on the wrong show.
Oh, very good, Richard. Very good. All right. I did appreciate that the guy was whistling. I knew it was him, and then Eva was like, "That's a lullaby," and I recognized it. It was kind of cool. It was nice. It was rhythmic and stuff, but Normal people don't do that, Gus. So I think he'd already freaked out at that point. Yes, that was an Eddie Murphy reference. The barbecue.
So
Yes,
one,
classic.
I have a little question here. Like when they found out that there was one person on the ship, why did Eva and Garnett go and not the security personnel go and find this guy? I mean, isn't that doesn't that go against Star Trek protocol where you send the captain stays up safe and they send the landing party down after Kirk?
I agree. Yes. Why
Yeah.
did she, right?
Good
I
point.
mean,
And
I
when
guess.
did
I mean,
Kirk ever stay behind on the ship?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I
Hold
said-
on. That
I said
was a
except
next
for Kirk.
generation edict.
I said except for Kirk
Okay.
because Kirk never.
I didn't
No.
hear you say except for.
You know
I'm
what,
sorry.
guys? But here's a thing that frustrated the audience early on with the arc.
Mhm.
The whole idea that we see these guys as knowledgeable Federation Starfleet officers. It's not that they're not, it's that, for lack of a better word, they're kids. And they are fumbling about. And we get
Oh my
frustrated on
God.
certain procedures. What?
I'm
Dude,
not,
they're
I'm not going to buy into this. Oh, they're kids. They
No.
all have a duty to play, and they may not be military. I mean, I know what you're saying, Roger, but I don't know. Maybe I am being too federationalist about it or military.
Federation list.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Wait till you get called a canonista. I earned that one, baby. Come on, Marcia. What's some comments there?
Well, I agree with Richard because these are people, lieutenants. You know, these are people who have knowledge.
Who
They're
all
not
bought and smuggled their way aboard the ship.
but not Garnett, not Felix. Well, they kind of did, but they still had background. And even Griff and all, they had some kind of background
And
in
remember,
not necessarily military now.
Strickland
Not
said he
necessarily-
was civilian. And there's
Right.
something that they haven't touched upon for a while
Mhm.
because it's a space agency that's running the ship, but he's a civilian entity. That can be Star Trek Voyager, Maquis, and Federation. So I think they're going to get back to that later because someone's going to look. Strickland, even though I didn't like what he did to Griff at that moment, because I can see that he's still angry on the traitorous stuff, but Strickland is to the letter of the law as he sees it fit. He is far from perfect, which makes his character enjoyable to watch. He believes he's doing the right thing. He's not malicious, but he is trying to defend the arc. He's trying to defend the people, and he's trying to keep justice. That's not a bad standard to live by, but he's not perfect. So I can tolerate the Strickland character doing stuff. But dude, get a life, man. Griff followed your instructions. She went to medical and she had to tell you something. Pulled you aside, which is my number one thing when I have been in supervision or management. I said, look, you have something to say to me? Go watch Crimson Tide. You speak to me in private. You pull me aside. You speak to me in private. You challenge my authority up front. You will suffer. That was Big Bang Theory. Howard Wolowitz.
Right.
So it's okay. A lot of these people don't know all these things, though. And maybe saying that they're kids was probably wrong, but comparing them to the Federation.
Yeah, it was. Mhm.
Might have been a little bit too much then, right? Oh, that was a cat. Wow. That was interesting. Almost sound like a human being. Arcus Federation, oh, beam me down now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, if they don't bring some blankets on, if they have a season 3, I'm gonna send them some blankets for the poor people. There's no blankets. I'm sorry, Liz.
But I will give it to them that if they're on the filming set, they're getting paid. So I'm all right with that.
And I want to see some essential oils. I want some aromatherapy, that kind of stuff.
That would have been Cat's department, though. Cat's not there anymore.
That's right. They need a new.
Could you imagine Lane or Bryce trying to do that?
Oh, please, no.
Honey. I
Well,
want to know
maybe
what Bryce was wearing when he was supposed to be nude. Did they?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh,
see
I'm sure
that.
he
I
was
should've-
wearing something because it
Oh, I
never
know
even
he was
got
wearing
close.
something. I just want to know what it was.
Well, as a matter of fact, there's a Big Bang Theory scene where Howard Wolowitz is sitting on Sheldon's couch in the nude, and he's
With
got a laptop covering him. Well,
yeah,
sadly, someone pointed it out, so I can never, never not see it. He is wearing what they call nude underwear. So you have to
Yeah.
really strain, and that is sad if you're trying to strain on Howard Wolowitz, a Big Bang Theory nude scene.
yeah, I remember
That
that
is
episode.
sad. You know, remember when he's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was actually kind
And
of
then
funny.
Sheldon has to take his computer to the cleaners, and he wants them to clean the.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about yes, that was part of it. Yes. No, they don't have red shirts per
They
se,
don't.
but everyone has red shirts.
But okay. But I mean, also, yeah, they do. They have those nude suits where they go over with CGI, making them look naked
Yeah.
or whatever. And plus, we didn't really see the bottom of Bryce, so he
They
could have been
also have
wearing
rooster
shorts.
socks. They also have rooster socks too. So if you just want to see the backside completely naked, your
Yeah.
certain anatomy in the front is covered.
Oh wow.
I actually thought we were going to see more. I'm not to be more risque, but I thought we were going to see more Bryce, kind of, because that was how the show kind of ended, the episode before, and we kind of expected to see a little tiny bit longer part of him being.
What longer part are you talking about?
You know what, Marcia?
Yeah.
See this
Maybe
through,
that-
Marcia. See it through. Like when the
A
Federation fleet stormed
I
the,
was trying to, in time, we were going to have a few more minutes of Bryce trying to clothe himself because it was funny, and I thought they were going to do that just for a little more time on the show.
Well,
All right,
this
Nathan.
is sci-fi, not HBO.
Yeah,
Game of
Nathan,
Thrones.
I don't know if you're watching this, but if you would create a few more gifts,
Oh,
I think that would be great, Nathan,
Nathan.
for
Yeah,
the
if you
fan
can do some more
Yes,
gifs.
definitely.
Yes, no, we don't want peanut butter. We want gifts. So it's all good. But that
we
was
can-
interesting, how we had that discussion.
And they can
earlier.
borrow. They usually borrow the socks from the Hot Chili Peppers. So if you know that, you don't know the band. If you know the band, you know that they wear socks on their
Yes,
cars
yes.
doing the stage
Oh,
show.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that either, did you, Marcia?
No, I didn't.
No, but we learned that today.
Educated. I'm so glad. Thank you.
That's so. Well, you can YouTube it later
That's
on.
nice
Just type in Red Hot
lady.
Chili Peppers and do a stage show, and you'll see them dancing around with these tube socks around their junk. So yeah.
Do you know what would be absolutely funny? Marsha's response was Han Solo's in The Empire Strikes Back when the ship moves and C-3PO says, "I don't think this rock is entirely stable." Not entirely stable. Wow! I'm glad you're here to tell this. He's Chewie. Plug the professor back into the hyperdrive. I love that line where he says, "I'm glad you're here to tell us." That would have been a great response. That I saw you doing that. If we could play that, that would be so funny. Oh my god! Whenever someone gives someone else some attitude, so I apologize. I'm into movie stuff tonight. Sorry. Another scene I did appreciate was when Kimmy and Griff had their discussion. There was no love there. Oh baby.
My.
She knows that she heard. She knows that she understood. And Griff was like, "Nope. I really wasn't paying attention." And I'm sure Kimmy's like, nothing happens on this ship. There was a red alert. People were being strangled and stuff. And, Doctor was knocking everyone out with his needles and you didn't hear anything? That is good. That's going to come into play a little bit later. I like that.
I just realized we've only seen Marsh in Medbay. We haven't seen him anywhere else on the ship yet.
Wait a minute. Where do
We
they
saw him
have
in
the
the
courtroom?
cafeteria.
Oh, right. We did see him in the cafeteria.
You're
Well, that
Kimmy
blew
and
that
Griff.
theory.
I'm
They
sorry,
used
go
a
ahead.
hologram like Picard, but not Picard. Robert Picardo on
Oh, the doctor.
Well, who knows? Maybe he'll get his transmitter or
Yeah, maybe.
whatever very soon.
Let me. So
Well, he's
let
going
me
to be in the
ask you this,
academy.
Roger.
Actually, we have a new comment, NX Tercia. those two were scraping with their eyes.
Scrapple.
Yes, on that one. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
Hmm.
So would it be scraping or scrapping?
Scrapping.
Scrapping.
thank you. Scrapping.
Readily
Scrappy
acknowledged
do.
it. Yes, I like
So-
that. Yeah, it was good.
Is there a
And-
reason that Griff would not tell Kimmy? I mean, did Griff feel that Kimmy didn't need to know that information, or that, and what was Kimmy's purpose for asking too? So I mean,
Okay, let me ask my counselor right here. Hey, Raj, are you going to help the person that replaced you by giving them pertinent information so that they can keep your spot? Just curious, Raj, would you be stupid enough to do that? I know that the ship can be blown apart because of this, but would you help out your competition? No.
Roger's amusing himself here.
yeah,
That's
sorry.
nothing new.
yeah.
Oh, they're with the audience. It's gone.
I'm just asking to see if there was. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Raj, but
I'm
still,
glad you do.
no. I just thought maybe I was reading too much into it. Then, besides the script,
Well, I thought that Kimmy was trying to get more information so that she could find the lieutenant and all that kind of stuff.
I do believe Kimmy's trying to do her job. And she saw that Griff remember, she's around the corner and Griff is trying to tell Strickland, and Strickland says, "Hey, HIPAA violation, dude. Calm down." And so she walks away and she's like, "What did you hear?" "I heard nothing." That's why I said this is gonna come back later. She says, "You little rat, you lied to me."
And Kimmy was right behind, was hidden behind right there behind the corner there, listening in. So
that's why I said that will come back, because Kimmy's like, "Hey, this is about the ship. What did you hear?" And she refused to tell her. Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Thanks, Aisha. Thanks for
bye.
coming.
Thanks
girl.
for stopping by.
Mind your own business, Siri. Not talking to you. Okay. She said, "I found this on the web." So. All right. So what else is there, guys? What did you
Well, what did Eva mean by when she said she's been around dead bodies half her life?
Yeah.
And I think that ties into whatever it was that she was doing.
Yeah. I thought that was an interesting thing to throw out there.
Yeah, and no one questioned her.
It was a dystopian society to begin with.
What was that, Richard?
It was a dystopian society to begin with, so maybe there was. I mean, I don't disagree, but maybe that was part of this backstory also.
Actually, I think that is. So that's why I think that she may not have been a leader in an effort, but she was providing aid and comfort. Oh, sorry, that was a legal definition. I think she was just with the group that was not with the ARC group. And he knows. And he was about to spill it out. But you see, the thing is, she's your sister. But then again, okay, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, so there was no logic there. Yeah.
But he was an interesting foil.
Is he dead?
Well, you were reading my mind. That was exactly
my mind too.
Did he have a jetpack on his thingy?
Yes.
If it is,
Okay.
the fuel is gone now.
Now, he got yanked. We don't know if he's killed. He got yanked. Who's to say that he's able to right himself? And like, okay, I got this rocket on, inertia on me. How am I going to do this? He might be able to, push himself off. And then he's screwed then, because then he's going another direction. But once he's off that inertia, he could use the thing to go back to the Ark.
But what if he didn't go back to the Ark? What if he got on the shuttle before everything collapsed in on itself?
Did the shuttle actually have the ability to travel that far? I thought it was just like the little, you have a motorhome and you have the little go-kart that goes with it. Doesn't go very far.
Well, even still, if it couldn't go very far, at least it could go a little bit away.
Well, that's what I meant.
To catch up with them.
I just think that he might actually be coming back. He might not be dead just yet, because he still has a secret on Ava.
Yeah, he's coming back
That was
too.
kind of a quick exit. I kind of agree that was a quick exit.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is push, get yourself off the inertia by a little bit, and just be able to get off of it, that'd be a heck of a whiplash, though. But once you do that, you could just go back either to what's left of the Arc 3 or to the shuttle. Very good. Didn't think about that. I just thought you would go back to Arc 3.
He will be a surprise on another arc.
Yeah, because Arc 3 does not have its. They didn't reconnect the head of Arc 1 to 3, did they? No. I don't think they did.
No.
That why would they just be there? But anyway, I'm just thinking that if usually if he comes back, it'll be a surprise reveal on another arc, and they'll be wondering how did he get here. So and that'll be
Maybe
another
in-
story for another day.
Maybe in season 6 we'll find out.
Could you imagine the fanfic that's going to be starting about this guy? Could you imagine the ultra, stories that this guy did? He's an ultra spy or, guy that can, do things. You never know. Maybe he's Kelly Part 2.
Oh my!
Ugh.
What? Do you really dislike her that much?
Yes.
Really? She is a tool. She is being used by everyone. If we learned anything in episodes 3 and 4, and to a lesser extent in 5, she has no genuine free will. She has been controlled in every which way. I'm not saying that we must be sympathetic to the knife that stabs us. I'm just saying that the knife was not invented to stab us. Ooh, good question. Is it destroyed now? They did say that I was going to say the hyperdrive. They did say that the engines were beyond repair.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not destroyed per se. It's going to be there. So the shuttle is available to him.
Yeah.
Everything still works.
Oh, his friends
Arc
are
3.
still there.
His wife, his friends, yeah.
Wow, that was messed up.
So he just might go back there and live a happy life till he dies.
Marcia, that was really good. Messed up. That's why you're on this network. Thank you.
Awesome.
That was good. Wow, his friends are on there. Damn. That was funny. What do you think, NX Tercia? And if you're interested in joining us, you'd like to be a part of the conversation, just let us know. We'll send you the link and you come on board. Normally, you require a mic and a video, but if you don't want to do the video, we'll, we don't send out the invites on the very first episode, but you've been commenting a little bit already. So if you're interested, we'll see. I'm not going to pull a Garnett and just, make a unilateral decision. So.
Since when?
Yeah, since when?
Ooh.
You see, Marcia?
Ooh.
Roger, you wouldn't know that you were loved unless we picked on you.
As I said, in 2011, when the Arab Spring was going on, there was a rebellion in NDB media, and I had to post something which was so funny because they're like, hey, maybe we can remove the dictator, Roger. It was fun back in 2011, and I had to do a Halsey speech. The rumors of the destruction of the Third Fleet are overdone. It was like, this dictator is fully in control. And oh my God, NDB meeting was huge at that time. Richard, what did we have, like 6 channels? Like 20 programs? Oh my God, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Which about where we are now. But we are very close to it, which is really neat. So, all kidding aside. All right. What else are your thoughts, guys? Because we did cover a lot of good and a lot of bad automatically. And I don't know. When Eva and Bryce had the conversation, Eva blew him off.
Oh, yeah.
Said, I want to be left alone right now. Okay. That was interesting.
Remember, we talked about when you have a close love relationship, you can't have that for too long. It has to be broken apart, at least for a while. So I started to see that happening in this episode.
Well,
Bryce.
it's also with how she said it.
Yes.
I need to be alone right now. And then immediately afterwards, we see her going and clearing out some of this stuff. So I don't think it was emotionally, oh my God, I'm so upset with my brother. I think it was, I need to be alone so I can take care of this stuff without anybody finding out.
Yeah. All right. Well, we actually
Do you mean that
we
she
covered
maybe
all of
she-
my points now.
Yeah, yeah. She did. Well, she did need to be alone so she could delete the file because he couldn't hang around it because he could look around the corner and go, "What's that?" Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
wanted to make sure he was gone because she had to clean house
Exactly.
on her end.
Yeah.
You're right, Liz.
And
Richard,
like I
haven't you
said,
figured out I'm always right?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Thank you.
okay, hold on a minute. I had to do that one twice.
Well, do you realize we are almost halfway through the season?
Almost.
Oh, I know.
Episode 5.
This
Yeah.
is going by so fast.
It
already.
is, but I'm glad because we were doing another program and episode 5 was already into the second half of their short season of 8 episodes.
Yeah.
So this
well.
is good. Folks, who is suspecting her though? Just Kimmy,
Mhm.
right? The only one that is suspecting Eva at this point is Kimmy. Only because she said, well, you know the language, Griff. What does she say?
Well, then Griff as well.
Well, okay, yes. That's what I mentioned when I said this is going to come back later. Because now, Kimmy knows that Griff, but I didn't imply that.
Well, maybe
She
NX
may
means
be in
that
on it as
Eva's
well.
just suspect, not someone
Yes.
suspects her, but that she's suspect by us as well. That her character is suspect.
Okay, let's go back a little bit. Kimmy was around the corner
Yep.
as Griff was trying to tell Strickland of what the brother was saying, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And she was really hot about it, and he just shut her down,
Yes.
which I felt again was unnecessary. But again, they're
Right,
living hour
right.
to hour to hour. So Kimmy must suspect her then. My whole thing was, you
Yeah.
lied to me, you little wet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the way Kimmy
Yeah.
was going to hold it against her. But now maybe Griff is suspecting.
Oh,
Kimmy's
maybe
side.
I was reading too much into the use of.
I don't know, homie, dude. Let me tell you, that just
I
might
don't know.
be.
But
That just might be.
But Kimmy, I guess you're right. Kimmy does suspect something, so that is interesting. It's going to be fun as this, and we're not even halfway through. We got all this fun to look forward to.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So yes, Eva is suspect at this point. All right, NX Tercia.
Yep.
_ Tercia. Please let us know what you thought of the episode. If you want to give it a grade, by all means, please let us know. We're doing the American grading system. I know that's not a good
what?
thing, but it is what it is. We're gonna go A through F, and if you want to do an Axel Foley, I just made that up. Sorry, we're gonna do that. And going up, let's do your last thoughts on the episode, and then we'll do the grades after. Or if you want to do your grade on your last thoughts, let's go for it. I want to go to Arc 54 on this one because her number is bigger than mine.
No comment. Did you wouldn't believe where my mind just went when you said that. Marcia, don't laugh, please. Okay. Well, I'm thinking I was really cool. The excitement was there. Everything was there. Like I said, there were some tropes that I particularly didn't really appreciate. But what I really loved was that twist at the end to find out, okay, what is going on with Ava? What sort of things is she hiding? And how many other people, know that? So.
And rightfully so.
Sorry, Liz. I just saw. I was looking at the
Okay.
YouTube page.
I was reading it too, and I was having a hard time saying what I was going to say.
I know. I apologize. What was funny is because I have both screens on because I'm trying to do the YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff as well.
Yeah.
And I just saw the last one. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, that was good. All right, that was all right. I like that one. Sorry, Liz.
Oh, don't worry about it. So.
You were.
Yeah, I had to like that one on YouTube. So I'm doing it on YouTube to try to get some comments there. But all right, Liz, if you come up with something else a little bit later, go ahead. Richard, your thoughts?
Well, I have to go back to what we discussed in the green room after the Stacy interview that there was no breath in the cold ship, and I know that Jag put that down to being nitpicky, but there's nitpicky and then there's physics, and but it's not a big deal. I mean, I don't care about that. I mean, I didn't know how cold it was in the show in the ship to begin with, but yeah, there was, but they weren't even dressed for the weather anyway, so it doesn't really matter unless those spacesuits are barely. I guess they'd be very insulated for space. Never mind. Well, my final thoughts are. Go ahead.
Actually, Richard, since you mentioned that, there was one thing that ran through my mind the second they got on board Arc 3, and they're saying it's colder than a meat locker in here, and I'm thinking to myself,
oh yeah, you're right.
You're in a dead spaceship in the middle of space. Space is cold. Of course, it's got to be colder than a meat locker. But then go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, you're right. So I mean, that was, but that I give it high. I'm going to give this I'm going to give it a B plus, maybe an A minus. I mean, A minus, because this thing was really awesome. The way everything was, all the suspense was going on with all the characters. Kimmy holding Marsh up against the wall was good to see that she, using her strength and trying to get answers. And I just liked the whole episode and how they were able to switch heads with the arcs. So they say two heads are better than one.
Oh, that's a nice bow shot. Very good, Richard. Marcia.
Well, this episode again creeped me out more than any other one so far, and I thought that I would have liked to have an explanation of why. I guess we did. Well, why Bohan decided to put them in the poses that he did, and what that meant to him, and why he went cuckoo. What was it that really sent him over the edge? And I thought also that he made a quick exit. I did like.
Yeah, you did. Stage right.
I did like the conversations and between Kelly and Trust, and how we learned more through that relationship. We didn't see a whole lot of Angus and Alicia, not a whole lot in together in this episode. I want stage airlock.
You know what? Actually, Michael is right. He did get.
Right.
He was exited through the airlock, even though it was his decision. Very good. Stage airlock.
I like learning more. I like the way the show moves quickly, and so we're going somewhere. We're not just hanging around. We are going somewhere. I want blankets. I want the security to beef themselves up a little bit more, and I want Felix's character to be more true to what we know. And I didn't see his katana this episode, so I'm always sad when I don't see his katana, which is a sword in the back, in case anybody wants to know doesn't understand what that is. I'm looking forward to what happens next because of the ending of the episode, and I give this episode, because it creeped me out, a B plus. No, I'm
Michael.
B.
Sorry, Marcia. A B.
Mm-hmm.
B. Okay. Michael, NX Tersha would love to know what you thought of the episode. Either give us a comment or the grade. However, Arc 54, what is your grade? Where are you?
A minus.
Wow. Awesome. What I do like about this program is what everyone else said. It's moving forward. There's a lot of stuff going on. New lobby for Arc 1. Criminal bad girls erasing records.
B.
Yeah.
Give it
I
a
like
B.
that. I'm gonna write that one down right now. NX Tersha. So thank you. I appreciate that of the series because they have 12 episodes and they can create some storyline and you can play around with some stuff, which is really kind of neat. This this horror aspect, I wasn't really affected by it. It didn't do anything for me on this one. But we did learn some more backstory, and there are other lines of stuff, storylines that are going on. I think it was well done in that. As far as it's kind of like you're moving it forward, or oh, pardon the pun, story arc wise, and then there's kind of like there's series arc wise, and I think they moved it forward a great deal series wise. Um, I'd like to know more. Um, I was questionable by some of the decisions that were made again in the situations. I understand they're under pressure and stuff. That kind of brought it down for me. I did like the episode, but no. I'm gonna give this one a passing grade, and that's it. I this one it was okay. It was good. I'm not gonna come back and rewatch this one. I mean, yes, I will, but it's just it was a C for me. This is probably
Boo, hiss.
because some people really look. We're now 12, 17 episodes in. We know how some of these characters will act. And sometimes they will do something that are just, well, no, that's not them. And it's only been 7, but you've learned a lot about these characters. Some of them acted out of. That's all. Dr. Marsh trying to silence him didn't do it for me, obviously. And when Strickland shut down Griff, I really didn't care for that. But thank you.
It could have been a bad hair day.
Oh,
For some of
here's
the
something you're
characters.
not thinking. Ha ha ha. Here's something you're not thinking or taking into account. If
Oh,
what Roger says
enlighten
is
me,
true,
please.
if what Roger says is true, that he thinks that we're in a different timeline dimension-wise, would these characters still be acting like they acted for the previous umpteen episodes, or have they changed slightly? And this
Ooh,
is
that was
their
a
new
good
norm.
one. It came back to haunt you, Roger.
Do you mind? I am willing to stipulate
Okay.
that is possible. Yes, that is, and I'm willing to stipulate that. Okay, but if the surprise comes back later, I will not reverse my score, but I will readily acknowledge that, and I can. So that is really a fair point. I like
How
that.
much of a changed timeline will fans accept before it becomes Bobby in the shower
Ugh.
or Pamela in the shower?
I don't know. There's a good audience here, so I don't know. It could be a while, but it was good seeing the other side of these characters, and I'm looking forward. Are there any ideas on what we may see? Are we going to see a planet side episode next episode?
Yes, I believe we will.
I agree. I think we will.
Are they going to
Yeah.
be able to breathe on it? Not
No,
the
I don't
planet
believe
per
they'll be
se,
able to do that.
but are they going to
no.
be able to remove their?
That, I'm willing to wait and see what they do, but I do think it'll be interesting, and it'll have some elements of surprise.
Yes.
And it would be terribly funny if Bryce is the first one to remove the mask, and Eva's in the back saying, "How do you know if it has air or not? How do you?" He's ruining it. Well, it worked on Galaxy Quest. It might work here too.
And now we're warning you.
Worked on
That's
100
all. I mean, it would
too.
be a funny little nod if they did something like that. But no, they won't. But it'd be kind of cool.
Well, you never know.
Because Bryce, I love. He's pretty. No one ever said he had it all up there. So it'll be interesting
Dean
to see
Devlin has
how.
said, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Dean has said time and time again that he likes the classic sci-fi, and he likes that element to be put into this show. So I'm trying to think about that and know that his mom was on Star Trek, and he's grounded there.
Folks, that's the reason when we started doing the arc, I would catch a lot of moments that reminded me of other stuff. That's why I would say, and the scene of this and the scene of that. It's not necessarily that you get the feels, but it does feel like it. I will say the speech by Bryce in episode early on when he's talking about how we're all going to get through this. That was a wonderful speech, but you got to talk to President Whitmore, buddy.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
So,
the best.
Oh
No
yeah.
one can ever top that one.
That's
But so, all right, off topic. Will you guys be covering Dune Prophecy? Now that's the series, right? Because I understand it's not another movie, right? It's a series. Is it going to be on one of the streamers? Right now, I don't know if there's any interest by the co-host to do so. We will poll them, and we may, because there are a lot, folks.
Oh, this
NDB
is the
Media.
first time hearing of this Dune Prophecy. I mean, I watched the
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Isn't there one on Disney?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Which one is it on? It's on streamer? Yes. Had we been face to face, he says, "Are you going to be doing Dune?" I'm like, "Yeah." Is it on a streamer? And then you say yes, and I'm like, "Which one?" So we may, if we're asked by the audience, maybe we will. Yeah. So
And even if we're not asked by the audience.
yeah, we might. If you're interested in being there, I think we will give it a look. Definitely. We just have to know when it's on because we do have a lot of stuff going on, folks. We really do. I want to take that moment. Marcia, do you
See,
have another page open for ndbmedia.net? Would you like to go over the upcoming guests that we have?
how do you know I have another page open?
I'm asking you.
Oh, I thought you were spying on me. Okay.
Am I Kimmy? Well, first of all, no, that would never be.
Actually, I do. Oops. Let's see.
As I mentioned, folks, you can head on over to ndbmedia.net and you can find out everything that's going on right there. And if she's able to get there, we will have her give the list of upcoming guests. We do appreciate you spending your Sunday night with us. It was a lot of fun. It always is, and having a conversation with everyone. On a personal note, everyone on my personal page on Facebook, I want to thank you for your comments. I do appreciate them. They mean a great deal to me and to the family, and I want to thank you for that. Yes, it was a difficult day, but it was also a good day as I got to see many family members that I had not seen, some of them in decades. And I just have to take advantage of that fact that we were able to make contact again. And for those of you that would like, you can always, if you like what we're doing and you have a few cents to spare, you want to support us, buymeacoffee.com and DB Media. Do you have the list up there, Marcia?
I don't actually. I thought I
Okay.
had, but I don't.
Liz, do you have it?
Hang on. I don't
If
have
not,
what you've
I've got
got,
it
but
right
I've got
here.
the calendar. I've got the calendar up. That's what you want.
Well, right here on ndbmedia.net. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
you
showing.
expect me with my squinty eyes the way they are to be able to read that?
Oh, for the love of God, yes or no?
I have it, but I have it on the calendar.
Oh my God! All right, go.
Okay. On the 19th, we have India Sage Wilson coming up. She's a writer for the Ark.
Who wrote this episode that we just talked about?
Yes, she did actually. On the 23rd, we have John Paul Nickel, who is a writer for the Ark as well. And to follow up with that, we have what's the next one?
I believe it's Milan.
Yeah, it's Milan Kovic.
Milan
Yep.
Konjevic.
Yep. And
That
will
was
be on
three different
Saturday.
pronunciations. That was
It'll
awesome.
be on Saturday. On the 25th, we have Jessica Yemi, who plays Naomi Spencer.
Who up until this point has been asleep in sickbay.
Yes. That or it's just a clone copy. One of the two. And on the
31st?
On the 31st is Paul Murray. Paul Murray, who plays William Prest. And I know he's got people in September.
September 6th. Felix Strickland.
Yep. Yep.
Pavla Jurenic.
Yep. And I don't think he has. Oh, he did. He does.
He have two more on the 13th.
Yeah, he got Coral. Yeah, he got Coral booked. Good.
Who's Coral? Which one does she play?
She's Letty. She's the other girl, Kimmy's person that she was speaking to, and the one who was given Angus
she was
the lip
in
the. Yeah.
Okay.
So she will be on the 13th, and Then we get Sandra as well. Sandra Mekovic. I cannot say this last name to
That's
save my
okay.
life. And she's director from the ARC as well. And then we have another writer, Madeline Hendricks Lewin, who is actually also the co-producer and writer of the ARC.
And as a matter of fact, the young man that was on the episode, Vas Patresevic, is a confirmed that interest, and they're just we're negotiating the day for it. So that is absolutely incredible. Tersha, thank you. We're gonna seriously ask online and see if we're gonna follow up on that one. So that would be good. We'll know more than likely by next week, or at least we'll have a feel for it. So, Marcia, anything else that you're working on, that you're on? You want to make an announcement, whatever, the groups, anything?
I think. Well, I think that we're getting more members into both groups. People are looking and have eyes on it. I do think that maybe we could keep an eye on what the ratings are, just so we know, and let people know that we need to watch. We need more eyes on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really what it comes down to.
Jag is really good at doing that, but I think he's
Yeah.
been kind of busy lately.
Yeah. And I know he's not looking at this episode, but I do want to give a shout out to Clementina, his mother. She does watch from time to time, and she's like, "Oh, don't mention my name." I'm like,
Like,
"Too late." So, all right, well, fair enough. As I said, check out ndbmedia.net, and there's a lot of stuff. If you click, I'm going to go back there real quick, folks. That's why we ask everyone to go to the website to see what's going on. You can click on the calendar link, and you can see everything that we have scheduled, folks. It's absolutely incredible. It is color coded. If you're colorblind, it's still there. Sorry, we're insensitive, but it is there, and you can see everything that we have scheduled moving forward. There's a lot of stuff. Look, guys, today is the 18th. This week coming up, we have India Sage Whistle on the 19th. You have Sci-Fi Vision on Monday or Tuesday night, and then you have I don't know if the joke night's still going to happen. I apologize. And then we have Dan Schlossberg on Thursday. We also have Charlie McCabe, the singer. We have Battlestar Galactica also scheduled. And then we have John Paul Nickel, who wrote the previous episode, I believe. And he's a staff writer, so I'm sure he writes a lot. We have Sports Talk with the guys, and we have another arc. So this week alone, folks, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arc guests starting today. Wow, that's crazy. All right, well, that's going to be it for me. Richard, I know you're doing some stuff on the network as well. Do you want to go ahead and give us some announcements on that? And then I'm going to ask you to take us out, young man.
Well, I don't have anything upcoming. I did try something yesterday, but I had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But I will. I don't know when I'll be able to get back to it. But I still need to get that review of Abigail done that I've been wanting to do. But that being said, Roger did go over.
Richard, sorry. I want to do a Romulus review. So I don't know when we're going to do it next week, but if we can get all of us together, we will do a Alien Romulus. Are you girls going to go see that movie? Oh yeah. All right, Marcia. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I got it. Art?
it just depends on my schedule.
I'm gonna have to see, folks, because unfortunately, I may only be able to see it on the weekend because I'm kind of want to go with my nephews on that day, and we're gonna see when they're available. So it might not be for another week, but we do want to do Alien Romulus, so we'll see. We'll have to get that going. So I'm sorry, Richard. What a shock! I cut you off.
It's part of the network, my friend. We all do it. No, not just you, but I do that too. So it's not a. I'm also to blame. But anyway, what you need to do now is hit that like, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you don't miss another exciting episode on NDB Media. Because as Roger just went over, we have a full effing house going on all throughout the week. On the effing was meant for fudge, not for the other word that you might be thinking of.
Felder carb.
Dude, I'm not supposed to answer each and every time. As I said, there are times we talk about this. Dude, when you give your answer, there's no need to go back and relive it. Dude, that was funny. It was good. I didn't want to say anything else. Oh, were you asking for my approval? Oh, Richard, once
No,
again,
I just want to. I
you have
don't
done
know. I
so
don't know
well,
the rules.
and your F word was so well placed. I just have to get me some peanut butter now and some chocolate.
Okay.
Take us out.
I did. I just said hit the notification bell.
You're not going to ring the bell and scare her?
Well, I didn't know if I was supposed to again. There. That notification bell. Big and strong. Have a safe week, my friends.
We'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.